Welcome back in video 2 of our free ChatGPT Basics to Brilliance learning series. I just came up with that name. Look at me go. So in the first one, we went over the basics, understanding what ChatGPT, creating that opening prompt, and then generating some social media content. Now let's look at things like email. Okay, so we're going to start out again by a new prompt, and I'm going to take that opening prompt that we created last time, and we're going to say new chat. And I'm going to go in here and I'm going to say, in a moment, I'm going to need you to create a 5 email series that will go out over 14 days to promote. Now, I can give it what I want it to promote in this prompt. I don't have to wait for it to come back and say, now, what do you want to promote? Okay, 14 days to promote my email subscription. Oh, so let's see, my email, my free email club. This is a monthly email subscription that gives the readers the best possible tips, tutorials, and resources to generate new content ideas for their small businesses. Okay. Now I'm going to give it a bit more in here. I would like the emails to be sequential and can play off of the previous emails written. Now remember when I did the LinkedIn post, I said to it, I want it written in the first person, and please include humor. Okay. Here is the opening learning prompt I created so that you know more about me and my business. And I'm going to paste it in there. Let's see what it comes up with. All right, so it's already jumping right into it. It had enough to start to work with. And again, it's always great to start with more than a blank slate. So in this, we can look at, is this what we want, right? It's going to start to generate this email, and you can be like, okay, well, yeah, I like it, or no, it's too long, or it's not enough, or that type of thing. You could say maybe you are a YouTube video person and you've created a lot of content, you have tons of videos. So you could say that I want to include one of my YouTube videos in every email, so leave room for that. In that case, it'll just put a block that says, insert YouTube video here. So when you start to do it. So as you see here, it's now starting to generate those emails. And I only asked for 5. Now it went and picked a cadence. And it will take that cadence based off of the knowledge it has learned from the internet on the best way to do it. So as we go through here, it's like launch day 1. Email 2, day 4. Email 3, day 7. Email 4, day 10. And then email 5 and day 14. Now I could have done 9 emails, 8 emails, and it will then pick a cadence based off of that. The other thing that you'll notice is ChatGPT, unless you tell it, it likes emojis. It likes to put these little emoji icons in its content. So if you don't like those, you can say, please don't use emojis, and it won't do that. So this is great. This starts to build that content in there. Now, what else can you do with email? Well, maybe you've got a CRM system like Go High Level, or our client connector, which is Go High Level, that we use at clientconnector.app. If you need one and you're in Canada, please check it out. Again, clientconnector.app. And we'll help you get that set up. But a lot of times when you're doing this kind of stuff, you want to complement it also with text messages. So now I can be like, oh yeah, maybe a text messages would be good here. So I can say, I love these. Please now generate 5 text messages that go out on the same days as the emails, but are referencing the topic in the emails. So now it is going to know those emails, and now it's creating a text message that complements it, and is referencing some of the things that were in it. So we use this day in and day out a lot of times for our stuff, for our client stuff. So this is really helpful to be able to do this. So that's one way to do a series. The next thing you could do is you could generate an email for maybe a customer or to launch a product, like a single one-off email. You can do that. Do the same thing. Instead of asking for a series, you can say, hey, write me an email that I'm going to broadcast out to my list on this topic, and go from there. But one of the other things that I utilize this for, and I love using it for, is to respond to emails. So, those times when, everything's not perfect. You'll get a client who will write you, or somebody will write you, and they're upset over something. Something's going on, and your immediate response is to respond right away, and you have emotions in there, and you probably have sent it and then you regret it later. Okay. So what I've done for this example here is I have created a negative email. Now this is to replicate receiving one. So I went into ChatGPT before I hit record and I said, generate me a upset customer email about their website not being done on time. So this is what it generated. So imagine receiving this. Hey, Sean, what's going on with my site? We are past the deadline and I'm seeing zilch progress. Every time I check in, it's like soon, but when's soon? You've got me pacing here, stressing, da, 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 da. I've been chill considering tech wizardry you're doing, but man, my patience is wearing thin, okay? So the idea was here, and I said, say that they're going to threaten to not pay. So that was in the end, signed Karen. Apologize to any Karens who may be watching this, but this is funny. So we're going to take that. Now, there may be circumstances that were causing the delays that were their fault. Now, how do you do that? You would naturally be like, well, we're behind because you're not responding in a prompt manner, blah, 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 blah. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to go into ChatGPT and we're going to paste that in a second, okay? Now, I don't need to give it the whole back history of who I am, right? Because we're just responding to an email. We're not promoting anything. We just want to respond to this, okay? So here's what we're going to do. I need you to write me a response to the following email I received from an upset client. Paste it in there. Here is what I need you to do. Respond with empathy and compassion. Know that the delays were because they didn't get us the images we needed for the site in time. It took 2 weeks past the required date to get them. Also, they took a vacation during the middle of the project when we needed approval on the site layout. These are all causes of the site being delayed. Make sure that they know we are dedicated to getting the site launched and creating something they will be proud of. Now, we're going to go and see what it says here. So, dear Karen, I hope this message finds you well. Firstly, I want to extend my sincere apologies and frustration for the stress you've been experiencing regarding delays in launching your site. I understand how crucial this project is for you, and the impact of these delays may have been have your plans. I was going to go to my screen here. Have your plans and aspirations of a successful launch. Your feelings are completely justified, and I'm here to address your concerns with the attention and urgency you deserve. There's a big compassionate piece, okay? Making sure that we understand. Reflecting on the project timelines, I acknowledge that we've encountered some unexpected challenges and contributed to our current situation. Among these was the delay in receiving the essential images for your site, which arrived 2 weeks beyond the agreed timeline. Additionally, the timing of the approval process was impacted during a crucial phase when you were away. These factors inadvertently extended the project timeline, affecting overall progress. Despite these setbacks, I want to assure you that our unwavering commitment to not only completing the project, but ensuring that it exceeds your expectations. We have dedicated our complete website or created your website that embodies the epic vision that you had in mind and one in which you'll be proud of. To move forward constructively, here's my immediate action plan. Right now, obviously, you don't have to agree with the action plan. You can modify it. So again, this is very level-headed. You probably would not have responded this way being in the receiving side of just getting that message. There would have been emotions in there. This is an amazing way of using this technology to respond to emails of that nature. Another thing that I also had was I would get an email from a client or a prospect that says, here's some of the things that I really want to have done, or they've outlined some bullet points and stuff. I can copy and paste that and put it into ChatGPT and say, based on this email I received from a prospect, help me formulate a framework for a project proposal for them. And it will take it and it will go ahead and do that. Or maybe there's something vague in there and you can ask it, hey, please read this response or this email and help me understand what they're trying to say. Again, it's learning from the internet, and it knows this information is out there, and it can learn some of those things, and maybe you're going to get some great insight into that. Okay, so that's a great way to use these. Now, what else can you do in ChatGPT? Well, you can do things like share your chats. So if you've got other users on your account, you can actually go ahead and share it with them, and they can go ahead and get it. Or you can share the link. So you can copy this and send it to somebody, and they can go ahead and read it. So maybe you've got a client that you're working with, and they have a ChatGPT account, and you've generated some content for them. Well, you can share that chat with them, and they can go in and see it, and they can actually utilize it in their account to start to use it more. There's other elements on the left-hand side. Now, there's things called Dolly, which is an image generator. So let's just go back to my social media posts that are here. Those are emails. Let's just see here. The social media posts that we had generated in the previous video here. And let's look at one of them that we want to do. Let's go back to here. Let's also take the first one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this first one, and I'm going to just copy this. Actually, let's take the title too. And now I'm going to go click Dolly. And Dolly is an image generator. And I'm going to say in here, I want to generate an image for a social media post. The following is the information about that post. I'm going to paste it in there. Now, the Dolly integration is relatively new at the time of recording this, and does a fairly good job. Sometimes if there's text on the images, the text has some typos in it. So let's go see what it pulls out from this, because there's an imagery suggestion, and the suggestion was a humorous cartoon showing a spreadsheet on a therapist couch with a CRM system in the therapist chair. Let's see what it can do, okay? So it's going to go and start to generate this image. You see the little line moving around here. That's it trying to generate that for us to work with. And sometimes this can take a few minutes for this to happen. A lot of times, if you're very detailed, it will do a really good job of it. You can give it directions like I want it to be black and white, or I want it to be a cartoon image, or I want it to, let's see what we got here. Okay, look at this. So we have the spreadsheet in the therapist chair. In this case, we've got a therapist with no head. Little weird. This one I like better. Now, I don't know if this is supposed to say spreadsheet, but it says superread across the top. Most people probably wouldn't pick up on that, but this is a really cool image. I mean, this is fun to work with. Some other things that you could generate in here is, let me go ahead and take an image and see what we can get from it. So I'm going to go Dolly again, create a new one. Now I can upload a file. So I'm going to go and I'm going to find my headshot for my business. So we're going to go in here. I've never done this before, so this may turn out very wrong and not do what I think it's going to do. So I'm going to take my picture of me standing, which is this one here. Here I am cut out. Okay, we'll use that. So we're going to put it in there as an image, and I'm going to say, analyze this photo. Analyze is spelled wrong. I won't do that. I think it's Z-E. Yeah. This photo of myself and generate a cartoon version. Let's see what it can do. So here I am. Here's my photo. Let's see if it's going to do it. It may error out. It may not be able to do it, but a lot of times it can. The other thing that you can get here is aspect ratio. So you can pick this. You can also pick some different options that are here. 35 minute film, lino cut, hand drawn, and then the aspect ratio here if you want a vertical or horizontal. So now it's creating an image. I'm curious to see what this is going to do. Now, how you're creating those images is maybe this hits it out of the park and you do this for your team, right? So, okay, so there it is. So they pick this. I don't know if it's really looking like me. I mean, I don't have any hair. This one has hair. So maybe it's not close. Okay, so now I can say, I like the first one, but do it again, making that person have no hair. Okay. And maybe we're going to say, have them wearing shorts. So it's going to modify it based off of this. Now, what I was saying with this is, as you start to generate this and you get the perfect style, if you come back and give another image, maybe another team member, you can say, now generate the same type of cartoon style, but with this person. It's learned the style of what you wanted and then can start to build it, and the style should be pretty similar to what it is that you had there before. So I'm curious what this is going to come out like. What I've done before with the images is I've pasted an entire blog article that I've written and said, generate an appropriate feature image for this blog post based off this information. Okay, so failed me. It did the shorts part, but it didn't do the no hair. Here's updated cartoon you requested. Okay, so it's a little, the shorts are right. We'll say almost there. Please make him bald. Maybe he didn't understand the no hair part. Maybe I have to use the word bald for this to generate properly. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Now, I uploaded the image to work off of. You can go in and do a Dolly one and just say generate, a cute looking cat and see what it comes up with. I've also tried it for logo ideas. It does a fairly good job with that. Now, the images aren't going to be high resolution images, so you're not going to generate a logo and be able to use that without recreating it in a proper logo. There we go. I just had to use the word bald. That is probably more in line. It's got the glasses, got the shorts, arms crossed. I don't know my arms crossed, but I do that sometimes. So this is, yeah, I could see that working for that. Now I can say, yes, gave it some praise. Now I can download that file. Now let's just download it here. And we're going to see. Let me go find it here. Now it downloads it as a WebP file. I'll pull this over here. Which is small. So the size is only 1024 pixels by 1792, which is great for anything you're doing with web design on a website. This could work really well, or any Facebook ads or LinkedIn posts or anything like that. Even a graphic in a video, that size will work for you. Now, some places won't work with the WebP format. If it's web-based, it will. Canva will. You could upload this to Canva and work with it. So let's just, I mentioned Canva. I know I'm talking about ChatGPT, but I want to show you in here what I could do with that. So maybe I'm going to go and do a YouTube video. So YouTube thumbnail. I'm not going to get too much in Canva, but let's just use, let's just use this one. We don't want to use that guy there. So now what we're going to do is we're going to upload that lovely graphic that we just created. Oh, that's not it there. Just had generated over here in, let's go to the very top, in Dolly. So it's generating it. I'm going to plop it in here. So there it is. Now you got like, oh, well, Sean, look at that background. Well, no problem. We click on it, edit photo, background remover. And it's going to say, okay, erase, that's fine. That's good. We're going to click done. And look at that. Now I have this to work with. So this is, something I could utilize. If you got a great cartoon image, now you can start to build your YouTube thumbs, your video thumbs, whatever you want in here. So what I want you to do is go into your ChatGPT account and start to generate some content based off it. Hopefully, I don't know when you watched the first video in the series. If you haven't, and this is the first one, go back and watch the first one, which you'll see at the end of this video. There'll be two videos that show up. It'll be the video before this one and the next one. There's only going to be 3 videos in this series. And go back and learn about creating those opening prompts. But I want you to go in and start to play with some content, generate some content. In the last one, what I'm going to do is show you my process for how I utilize ChatGPT to generate a bunch of social content based off of one podcast episode. So we'll see you in that video. And again, like all the others, if you have a question, please put it in the comments below this video. Please hit like, subscribe, share this, do all the fun things that you awesome people do on YouTube, because I love putting this content out for you. So we'll see you in the next video.